Jackals! 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 Down in Langley late at night, smart old guys that play it right. Captain Fun Bobby leads the charge. Silky Mitts, Johnny Gunshots coming large. Putty in the slot, all the Chris's in a row. Nighthawks battle, it's a 2-1 show! Jackals! 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 Rolling down the line. 10:30 puck drop, leaving sleep behind. Jackals! 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 Every day's Lloyd's birthday here. Whoppers and Fresco raise a cheer. Don't forget a shower beer. Check Pab's beard for lost gear. Jackals, Jackals, rolling down the line. 10:30 puck drop, leaving sleep behind. Jackals, Jackals, Jackals. Langley twin rinks, empty seats, homeless living on the streets. A Chargers hat for tailgating, nachos for the lady bag. Jackals, Jackals, keeping up the flame. Jackals, Jackals, you can't stop the rain. Jackals!
Jackals TV has returned to the airwaves after a long hiatus. The Jackals were playing teams that were from a division above them. Pretty uncompetitive games, so we have not bothered to broadcast those to the internet, as no one would want to watch them anyway. But we're back now, as the Minnesota Nighthawks have returned to the Jackals division. This is a team that the Jackals have been playing for years, a perpetual string of 2-1 contests, as referenced by the song you heard at the beginning of this broadcast. And so we're back on the air to chronicle this home and away series. 2 games here today in the package between the Jackals and the Nighthawks. Here is game 1. This one took place on November 21st. Jackals on the right in their white jerseys, the Nighthawks on the left in their blue with yellow trim. As has frequently happened this season, the Jackals are down a number of players, and as such are dressing a bunch of spares as well, a couple at least. And so let's have a look at the lineup. Chris Marshall, Chris Weeger, Bruce, Bob, David and Lloyd all out. Brad Haber and Shane Haysworth, with his first game of this season, are the spares for today. Trevor is going to get the start in net, and with that, let's jump right to period 1 of game 1. We start this one off with the Jackals on the attack early in this game. Puck down low, and it's going to eventually come out high to the blue line where Brad corrals it, whips it on net, and there's a rebound there for Jared. He bangs away, gets 2 cracks at it, looks like, but it stays out. Now we see Shane pinch along the wall, keep this puck in, take it low behind the net. Brad recognizes that and moves to the slot. Shane hits him with the pass. He shovels that on net, and then Chris Stuhar is looking for the rebound, but it's not there. Here's Rob now with a big slap shot from the left side. Goalie turns it aside. Darwin pinches down the wall to pick it up, throws it out front. It bounces on net after Daryl put it there, and John is banging away at it, and eventually Rob gets the rebound, and it's through the goaltender, and the Jackals have a lead and a goal, something they haven't had in many games. Nighthawks looking to bounce right back. Here they pick up this puck in the neutral zone, chip it around Daryl, then a shot from the high slot, but it's gobbled up by Trevor. Now Daryl's in a battle along the wall in his own zone. This puck is going to squirt to the middle of the ice, and while JD goes to get it, it gets shoveled up the wall, and Daryl is flying up the left side, chips it past the defender, and by the time the camera catches back up to it, he's in alone on a breakaway, but he can't get it past the goaltender. This play is going to look a little familiar to what we just saw. Jer bounces it off the wall, then pokes it past the defender, and he's on a breakaway from the left side as well. Tries to go on the glove side, but it looks like that tips off the fingertips. So we go to the second period, still 1-0 Jackals. Jackals continue to carry this game in the second period as well. Here it is in the corner. It gets put out to Gary at the point, who throws it quickly on net. Tipped there by Shane. Gobbled up by the goaltender. Play continues, though, in the Nighthawk zone. Now Aaron has it, and he puts a backhand pass and makes it through the defender to Gary, who then throws it in front to Jared, directs it on net. Goaltender slides across and knocks it into the corner. Chances continue. This time Darryl stops up inside the line, finds Shane coming late, hits him. He's all alone in front, goes low blocker, but it gets tipped off wide of the net. More from the Jackals. Here's Gary. He bounces that puck off the wall, and John is there just on side. He tries to pass it in front, but the Nighthawk defender slides through and blocks it. But John is diligent. He picks it back up, throws it out front. Brad picks it up, whips it high on net over the blocker, and the Jackals have doubled their lead. It is now 2-0. The Nighthawks finally get some chances of their own. Here they are inside the line, down the right side, around the defender, and then in on the right. But Trevor's there, a little off balance, but he makes the save. Nighthawks now dumping that one in, and then it hits the Zamboni door and then goes through Gary's leg right to that player coming in from the right side, sweeps it on net, but Trevor makes the save. Now we're down to about a minute left here in the second period, and similar to earlier, here's Gary. He's going to put that puck up from his own corner. Brad has it through the neutral zone, crosses the line. He's got Darwin going hard to the net, so he throws it there, and it's tipped by Darwin past the goaltender, and he'll feel an immense release as he finally scores on this goaltender after many attempts over the years. So the Jackals go to the third period with a big 3-0 lead. Here comes Rob down the left side. He's in delay as Shane's going to the net. He throws it, but it's up high. It's off the chest and into the goaltender. Has to make a save. And then Aaron comes in from the corner and swats it on net, and another save. And then with the assistance of the referee here along the wall, the Nighthawks are finally going to get on the board. That pass out front, swatted towards the net, past Trevor's glove, and it's now a 3-1 game. And the Nighthawks are going to take over this period and try to get back in this game. Here's a puck that they put up for a 2-on-1 that they just take the slap shot up high. Trevor gets the whistle, but the Nighthawks keep coming. Here they come again through the neutral zone. This player's going to just go around Darryl on the outside and then try to cut across, but Trevor sticks the stick out and gets enough of it for that it gets knocked off that player's stick. Now as this Nighthawk player comes out, watch Darryl skating backwards, and he's going to get run into by that player cutting in behind him, and that's going to twist his knee in a bad direction. Luckily, he's able to get up and resume playing. Here's Rob with a steal at center, and he's going to drop it back to Aaron, who's coming in behind the play, who puts it over for a one-timer from Brad, and then there's a rebound that Aaron gets a shot off, but it stays out. Rob has it behind the net, and again, a third chance out front to JD, who directs it on net, but another save. More chances, though, for the Jackals. Here comes Brad up the right side of the ice, and he's going to pull that around that player, take it to the left, and then throw it across to Rob, who's on the back door, and it looks like he gets a decent amount of that puck, but the goalie slides across and makes a save. There's a pass from in his own corner there by Darryl, and this player has it wide open in front. He throws it towards the net, and just getting the edge of his blocker on it there. Trevor with a nice save. It's now getting late in this game. Jackals still have a 2-goal lead until this player picks up that puck and then pulls it around Gary, goes in alone, and slips it past Trevor with about 2 minutes to go in this game, and we've got ourselves a 1-goal hockey game. So now there's a face-off in the Jackals zone. Rob fighting to win it. He gets knocked down, and then he puts his hand on the puck and pushes it backwards towards Gary. An immediate call from the referee out at center. The referee that was closest to it says nothing, and the referee at center is going to deem that he closed his hand on the puck from such a far distance away. Rob is not going to like it. He's going to argue, but he's going to ultimately end up in the penalty box. So that's going to give the Nighthawks a power play here with about a minute and a half left in this game. And out front of the net, Gary gets knocked down, and then he swings his stick towards that player. It looks like he may have caught him on the hand the way he's reacting. Then he comes back at him. Those players are going to come together. They're both going to get penalties for roughing. And so that means with about a minute left, the Nighthawks are going to go up on a 6-on-4 as they're going to pull their goaltender and work it out to the point. This player is going to throw it towards the net, tipped just past the left post. Now it's one last face-off in the offensive zone here for the Nighthawks. Out to the point, throw that towards the net, and it's batted down out of the air there by Shane. And then he makes a crazy spinning block to keep that from going through to the net. And the rest of the period is going to bleed off with a battle in the corner. And the Jackals are going to get a long-awaited, much-deserved victory, 3-2 in this game. So let's have a look at the stats for this game. You see Brad at the top there with the goal and assists. Gary and John both with 2 assists on this game. And Trevor having a rare light night in net there with just 14 shots on net. So that's it for game 1 of this home and home. Like we said, a 3-2 victory for the Jackals. And then they're back on the ice at alternate ends of the rink, though, for another matchup. This one taking place on November 30th. So let's have a look at the lineup for this one. Again out, Chris Marshall, Gary Pabla, Chris Weeger, Bruce, John, and David. Rob Lawrence and Darshawn on board to help out as spares here in this one. Trevor starting in net. So let's head to the first period and see how this one goes. Jackals started off with the momentum they had in the previous game. Little give and go between Lloyd and Darryl. Shot on net there by Darryl. Then he's going to go to the corner and pick up this reversed puck that Jay gives him. And he gives it right back to Jay, who throws it on net. Low blocker, but it gets kicked back to the corner. At the other end now, and this Nighthawks defender uses some of Silky Mitts' own moves against him and moves in from that angle. Looks like he has space on the glove side, but there's Trevor getting just a piece of it and sending it wide. Here's Bob at the point. Shot high that bounces off JD's chest right in front of Lloyd, but it hops over his stick. He can't control it. And now it's a face-off in the Jackal zone, and this broadcaster wonders how Bob misplayed this so badly, but when I see it on the slow-motion replay, you can see that the center's stick gets a piece of it and shoots it past him as he goes to play the original draw, and leaving that player alone in front, he puts it to his backhand through Trevor, and we got a Nighthawks 1-0 lead. And while I can provide Bob an excuse for that first one, I cannot for this one. Here he picks that pass up from Darryl and tries to give it right back to him, but instead it's right on the tape of the Nighthawk player who puts it over to the other player over here, and Trevor bails out Bob with a nice save. This game continues to be a mirror image of the first one, as this one is all Nighthawks. Here comes a player down the left side, bad angle, whips it towards the net. It's off of Trevor's helmet and in. You can see him taking it off to check the damage that may have been done there. And you see on this shot, it's off of the edge of his helmet and directly in, which in this league is a good goal. So we go to the second period. It's now 2-0. Nighthawks trying to get a 3-0 lead like the Jackals had in game 1. And there's a nice pass across, but Trevor slides over to get a pad on it. Face off at the other end. Here's JD chasing a puck behind the net. Rubs the guy out a little bit. He doesn't like that. His stick gets shot across, and then that player pushes it away to the corner. You can't do that. And that's a 2-minute penalty for interference. Unfortunately for the Jackals, they couldn't get any good chances off that, so that penalty ends. But here's Chris Stewart after it's over. Pick that puck up around the defender, throw it on the backhand, and it's off the toe to the corner. Here's more pressure by the Nighthawks. That puck is going to get thrown up the wall, and this player is going to step in front of it, intercept it, and then throw it towards the net on the blocker side, but it's gobbled up there by Trevor. Jackals finally going to get a little offense here. Here's Aaron coming down the right side. Then he's going to cut across the middle, throw it back against the grain, and a toe save there from the goalie. Following up there to get the rebound. Now we're down to the other end. There's Trevor preventing that puck from getting out front. So then again, here's Darryl picking it up off the wall. And he's going to send Lloyd in on the left side and then go hard to the net and receive a return pass that deflects onto the net. But the save is made. So we're off to the third period. 2-0 still. Nighthawks player along the wall, pins it off, and then goes in with a backhand shot up high. This one hits Trevor's head, but does not go in, so he gets the whistle, remains 2-0. Nighthawks now picking up this puck in the neutral zone, just staying on side, coming down the right side, then a little drag move around Rob Lawrence, in alone on the backhand, but Trevor sticks with it, and then gets an even better save there on the rebound on the other side. And that's going to transition us to this. It's Rob Lawrence rushing the puck up the middle, taking the shot. It's blocked. So then he throws another one at net, and it bounces off the goalie right out to Rob, who sweeps the rebound past the goaltender. And the Jackals are back in this one, cutting the lead in half, making it a 2-1 game. Come the Nighthawks on the attack, and Darryl does a good job there to disrupt the entry, but there's no back checker there to pick up that loose puck, so they regain it, pass it across to the other side, shot on net, and there's a rebound. Darwin's there, and it makes sure it gets away when there's two Nighthawks looking for it. Jackals desperate to tie. Chris Duar throws that towards the net. Eventually ends up in the corner here on Daryl's stick. Tries to throw it out front, it's blocked. And then on his second attempt, he's going to give it out to Aaron, who's in the high slot. Throws it towards the net. It's off the goaltender's leg into the corner instead of a rebound for Chris, who's waiting for it in front of the net. Jackals continue dumping this puck in. Rob throws it out front. Jason gets it, has it at the backhand, throws it towards the net. It goes right through to Aaron, but he can't control it. Then he gets control of it on the goal line, throws it towards the net, but it's up over the crossbar. Here's Darwin carrying it. It's going to get disrupted at the Nighthawks blue line, and then it's going to get sent back the other way. This player looking to get a breakaway. He's going to try to go around Rob, but this time Rob doesn't let it happen. He makes a nice defensive play to knock it off his stick, so Jackals are still alive. Pick this up here with Rob coming through the middle, around that defender, backhanded shot on net. He didn't get everything on it that he wanted, but it's a good opportunity, but a save from the Nighthawks. The third has easily been the Jackals' best period, and it's going to continue. Chris Duar throws that out front to Aaron, who corrals it, puts it on the forehand, and whips it on net, but the goaltender makes the save. Here's a slap shot save by Trevor on a Nighthawks attempt, and the puck is going to end up along this wall, get dumped down. Bob picks it up, and then he's going to take it for a skate through the middle of the ice in 1-on-3, pulling it to his forehand. He's going to squeak through those two defenders, and then he's in it alone a bit, throws it to the net, and it's just wide on the left side. So close call there. Jackals are going to strategize at the bench with a timeout with just 30-45 seconds left in this game. See if they can come up with a play that will tie it and send it to overtime. So they're going to head off to the dot, and we're going to see if what they've come up with is going to work. Face off by Jared, and he pulls it back to Darwin. That's the best thing you can get there. Throws it on net. It gets directed to the corner, and then the rebound from Rob from a bad angle. Had a chance, but it doesn't get through. And then as the clock is winding down here, they get denied on that zone entry, and the Nighthawk player skates back with it the other way to slide it into the empty net with a couple seconds left and ice this one away. Nighthawks get a 3-1 win, and we have a split series in this home-and-home contest. So let's have a quick look at stats for this here second game. There you see the one goal by Rob Senft and Rob Lawrence with the assist on that goal. A nice outing from Trevor, 24 saves on 26 shots. So we'll see what those two games did to the season stats. Aaron remains at the top of the table, but Gary, Brad, and Rob all make movements up the ladder to get a little bit closer. Next, let's have a look at some of the recent results in the division. There you see the Hornets having moved down, beating the other team that moved down, the J. Bones Welding. J. Bones Welding having beaten the Minnesota Nighthawks in a recent game as well. So let's have a look at the current standings with the teams that are in the division. You see the Jackals there at the bottom of the table, Black Aces at the top, no surprise. Jackals having a tough season in division and overall when you look at their record. So let's have a look at what's left before Christmas. 3 games left, 2 of them against the Great Gazoos. Strangely, a team the Jackals haven't even played yet this year, even though we're nearly halfway through. Sandwiched in the middle is a game against the Hornets. So we'll see you for the next game on Sunday against the Great Gazoos.